What's going on, everybody? I'm Tank, and this is another episode of Roadie Reactions.
Get with this.
In today's reaction video, I am once again going to be checking out a band for the very first time. And I've been hearing this band name a lot lately, and even though I've never listened to their music, I've heard some pretty interesting background details on this band, and it's made me very intrigued to check it out. Apparently, this band was started by a former Canadian pop star who's toured with like Britney Spears or something like that years ago. And these guys have had a very DIY approach to everything over the past decade, and some people have described their sound as like System of a Down meets Rob Zombie meets No Doubt, which was pretty interesting and a little weird. But what gets weirder is their touring history and the bands they've toured with. They've toured with Hollywood Undead, Ginger, The Browning, Nonpoint, Butcher Babies, Coal Chamber, The Birthday Massacre, Finger 11. Really eclectic mix of bands there, man. So honestly, I have no idea what kind of sound this is going to get, but I'm pretty interested. And apparently these guys are extremely hard workers, and that hard work has not gone unnoticed because Napalm Records signed them to a record deal last year. And Napalm, at least with me, has had a very good track record with bands lately. So I'm excited to check this out, man. As always, I will link this original video in the description below. And today, for the very first time ever, I'm going to be checking out Sumo Cyco with the music video for their single, Vertigo. Let's go!
I'm running at full speed like I'm under attack. I got this book to survive, I won't fall in your trap. Unsteady, eyes heavy, I've got to escape from this feeling. Why is it so damn hard to see? You got me so high up, I cannot breathe. You give me vertigo, vertigo. I got vertigo, vertigo. This time I'll set myself free. No, you won't get the best of me. You give me vertigo, vertigo. I got vertigo, vertigo.
So I don't hear any System of a Down, Rob Zombie, or No Doubt influence at all. To me, this almost sounds like a more electronic-y, metal-influenced Paramore. Full-blown honesty, right now, a minute and a half in, I'm indifferent. I don't love it. I don't hate it. The overall production quality of the sound is really good. Like, it's really good. I'm curious to see who mixed this or mastered this or engineered it or anything, but because it does sound great. Video is very cool, and knowing that the singer for this band directed this, and these guys have always had a DIY approach, I really appreciate how much stuff is going on in the video. We've got multiple scenes going on. We had an intro to the video, a lot of colors, a lot of cool stuff going on. I really like it. Let's see where this goes musically, man. Like I said, right now, don't hate it. It's not blowing me away, but it's only one song. Let's see where it goes.
The best of me, give me vertigo, vertigo. I got vertigo, vertigo.
I do like that riff in this part. That's really cool.
The hands are at my heels, got no time to react. I feel the breath on my neck and their teeth at my back. Hang me on a wire and hope it doesn't snap. Blood rushes to my head, my vision's overlapped. I'm ready.
Good hook, too.
I got vertigo, vertigo. This time I'll set myself free. No, you won't get the best of me. Give me vertigo, vertigo. I got vertigo, vertigo.
So, let me think about what I want to say real quick. Because I have a feeling what I'm about to say may sound shitty, and I don't mean it to be. So knowing, and I don't know her history. I don't know what kind of artist she was as a pop singer. But this strikes me as it might be like young, conservative pop singer in her edgy phase. From an outsider that knows nothing about this band, but just knowing she was a pop singer, that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. But again, I could be wrong. While this isn't something I don't think I would listen to all the time, there are little things about this I'm really appreciating and really enjoying. Like I said, the audio quality is really good. I did like that really cool guitar riff going on too. And the video is really cool. There's a lot of really little details in this video from a production standpoint that are probably pains in the ass. There's a lot of lights going on. They had like the TV monitors in the background that they've got to have stuff on. Even the little effects, like when she's sitting in the chair, I would assume taking the drugs that she's getting, like her hair is blowing everywhere. Like they've got to have a fan sitting there doing that or somebody aiming it. Like there's a lot of cool little production details to this that I really, really enjoy. Before finishing this song, this is going to be something that I'm going to want to hear again for sure. Because knowing all those bands that they've toured with, I have a feeling this band has a very all over the place sound. Let's hear this bridge and then I'll talk about the one piece of gear I'm for sure spotting out.
Best of me. Give me vertigo, vertigo. I got vertigo, vertigo. Oh, look at the time. Tick, tick, ticking time. I'm in my mind. I may be in danger because I'm blind, blind. Look, I'm dying. I'm coming to crime. Come down, mom, come down. Never give up. Push it on down. Passing it around. I never quit. No, I'll go down.
This is getting really weird. It's getting interesting. So I can't see any brand names on any of the cymbals or the drums. I did notice the drummer's using an acrylic kit because you can kind of see through it. So instead of it being like wood on the hoops of the drums, it's acrylic. So that's why you can see through it. That's why you can see the lighting. Just gives it a little bit of different tone than you would normally get from wood. The bass, I'm actually kind of lost on. I'm usually pretty good with basses. I don't know what he's playing. I can't make out the logo. The body design looks like a jazz bass style, but I don't recognize that headstock and I can't really see the logo on it. But the guitar, let's talk about this highly interesting Gibson guitar. This is one of the most interesting guitars I think Gibson's ever released. It's a custom SG 3 pickup. So most SGs have 2 pickups in them, in the neck, in the bridge. But this one also has a middle pickup. There are a lot of guitars like that. But it's very, very, very extremely rare. And when I say rare, I can't think of any other time I've ever seen a guitar with 3 pickups that are humbuckers. All 3 of those are humbuckers. And I know Gibson was doing some weird stuff with their custom shop SGs and Les Pauls and stuff like the 3 humbucker pickup. I would imagine that that sound has got to be hard to control sometimes. Now, if the SGs with the 3 humbuckers like that were set up where the toggle switches on them only select 1 at a time or possibly 2 at a time, that would be a different story. I'm going to have to look into that because all 3 of those ripping at the same time would give that guitar a really interesting tone. So I'll try and look into that and see what I can find out, add some stuff to this video, but let's keep going with this. All right, Kesha.
Vertigo, vertigo. I got vertigo, vertigo. This time
I'm me, then who's that?
Time for the next initiation.
Well, let me turn this down so I don't get any of their other music ruined for me. Let's go talk more about that. So earlier in the reaction video, I was saying I was feeling pretty indifferent to this, and 100% honesty, that's still kind of how I'm feeling right now. I didn't hate this by any means, and I really thought it was great production quality, both with the sound of the song and the video. And there were some musical elements that I really, really enjoyed, and I think she has a great voice. I just didn't love it. It didn't strike a chord with me like, I need to go hear more stuff from this band right now. But that being said, there could be part of that coming from the fact that I don't normally listen to this kind of stuff on my own time. But that's why I like this reaction channel. It gets me out of my comfort zone and makes me listen to stuff I normally wouldn't. All of that being said, I am intrigued enough to check this band out again, because especially from that list of bands they've toured with, I feel like their sound is going to be all over the place from here. I feel like they can be heavier than this. I feel like they can be poppier than this. I'm curious to hear how a full album from them would sound. And speaking of a full album, they did just release their very first album with Napalm Records back in May. And I'll throw a link to that record in the description if you liked this or you like this band already and haven't gotten it yet. Now, the fact that Napalm Records signed this band tells me everything I need to know about their character. Napalm only likes to work with bands that are super hardworking. So the fact that they signed him tells me this band probably works their ass off. And I did read for the past 10 years, they've pretty much been DIY. Their singer and one of their guitar players has pretty much done everything for this band. They direct their videos. It's like boots on the ground promotion, stuff like that. Like, I really respect that from bands, man, especially coming from a background where I was in an unsigned band forever, going to shows and just handing out flyers and CDs and demos for our band, and then working for a lot of other bands. I really do appreciate when bands are very hardworking and put a lot of their heart and soul into everything they're doing, not just the music. So that wins some brownie points with me, and I definitely want to check them out more just based on that. I want to give them more of my time because I respect the hell out of that. I also want to know what you guys think. Drop some comments below. Let me know what you think about this. If you already know this band and you're more familiar with them, give me a little more background. Tell me what you think or what I should check out, because I definitely want to check out more of this band. So thank you to everybody that's watching, and if this is your first time here, feel free to click subscribe. I release new videos all the time. Subscribing is absolutely 100% free, and it does help my channel out a ton. If you liked this reaction video, I would also appreciate the like, as that does also help the channel. But if you disliked it, that's not a problem, man. Thank you very much for watching this time. You are free to click dislike if you disliked it. I'm also on a ton of different social media. I have a Discord server I hang out on often. I stream on Twitch from time to time. And if you're interested in any of that stuff, I'll throw the links for that in the description below. My handle on everything social media is @TankTheTech. Thank you so much once again for watching. I will be back very soon with another episode of Roadie Reactions.